Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Let me adjust this. Okay. I want to share something with you. I could say it's for education purposes only because a lot of what I'm sharing here is factual, but at the end there's a prediction of what I see coming with this conflict with Iran. So here's my new whiteboard. I told you guys I was going to get a new one because my 2021 whiteboard, and you all know if you followed me back in 2021 on my old channel that was taken down, I had World War III on there, and I just came across that whiteboard and it's stained, right? The red ink is stained, and it's like, ooh, maybe we need to keep this up for a reason. But anyways, I kept that one, and here's the new one. So what you see, internal conflict, Middle East. Below that, you see Sunni versus Shia. What do those two words mean in the Muslim community? Well, that just represents two branches of Islam, okay? The Sunni versus the Shia. Now, if you look at the percentage, it's about 80 to 90% Sunni that does make up the Muslim religion. However, I could be wrong on that, on the percentages. So then we divide the Sunni versus the Shia, and we look at the countries that represent those two different branches of Islam. So we're going to start over here with Sunni. Beside that, you see a name, Abu Bakr. Well, that's kind of like part of that's kind of how Sunni got started, right? Was by Abu Bakr. And then the Shia, you see Ali, which is Muhammad's cousin. And that's part of how Shia got started. And then they became enemies. 7th century, over Prophet Muhammad's successor. Here we are now in this divide. So the Sunni is usually covered by countries like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, which includes Dubai. By the way, I've been saying Dubai or Dubai, but it is Dubai. And Dubai is part of United Arab Emirates, so I didn't put that on there. Then we move over here, to this side. We have Shia. The countries that use this type of branch of Muslim religion is Iran, Iraq. Then we have Azerbaijan. And then we have Bahrain. Now, Bahrain and Iraq are the two countries that are the majority that do have the Shia. The other ones do too, but the headquarters is Iraq. Just like I believe the headquarters for the Sunni would be Saudi Arabia and especially Turkey, okay? Those two. So the reason why I wrote these out is because they are going to be significant in what I believe is going to happen next. Eventually, these countries in the Middle East are going to fight against each other. That's where this is going to go. This is what I've been seeing. And if I can get on to my Rumble account, I don't have the account information, but I know the channel name. I might be able to show you a video that I put out a while back. It's a couple of years ago, but anyways, doesn't matter. Internal conflict is what I'm seeing. I do believe this is going to happen, where the Sunnis will fight the Shia. And most likely you're going to see Iran, Iraq fighting places like Saudi Arabia and Turkey down the line, Qatar. Anyways, this is where I believe this is going to end up going. After all is said and done, the Middle East is going to be in a huge internal conflict, which opens up a huge conflict. We already have Russia and Ukraine. That was number one. Number two, well, we had Pakistan and India. It didn't last long, but that's still a front. It counts because it's noted astrologically as well. And then three, we have Iran and Israel in the United States. Number four, most likely, is going to be the internal conflict, which you see here, which is all where the Muslim countries fight each other. They're fighting the branches. It's basically Sunni versus Shia. Yeah. And it's going to be horrific. And it's also going to rub off into the Western countries as well, because the Western countries hold, especially Europe, places like the UK, hold these different branches of Islam. And this is where you're going to see a lot of internal fighting within people, within their same countries, or Muslim Islamic groups fighting. And that can be just as horrific as anything else that's going on. And this is my prediction. It doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It is not factual. It's just what I'm seeing. It doesn't mean I'm right. I don't want this to happen, but I think it is going to happen. And it's very biblical as well. And I don't think it's going to happen today, but it's going to happen in the next, between now and the next 3 to 5 years. So, and the timelines are speeding up just like that. Now that I covered that, which took up most of my time, I want to talk about March 13th, which is a activation of global charts. Sudden events. And I believe there's going to be an aggressive decision that's going to be made. It's going to be aggressive. And I did put out a video for 2 weeks that covers 2 weeks of predictions, but this seems to be specifically for March 13th, 14th. So you can go from the 12th, 13th, 14th, because the energy is there. But 13, number 13 just dings with me, and it does on the charts, but I'm getting it just on a psychic level, you know, even though I don't call myself psychic, and you guys know that. Let me say I'm getting it on a intuitive level. There you go. Number 13, there's going to be an aggressive decision that's going to be made connected to most likely this conflict. Because I looked at it, and I had some family ask me to look into it, because at first I thought Ukraine and Russia, right? This could be something with Ukraine and Russia, and I'm like, no, it's not that. It's most likely a Western leader, and when I say Western, I just include Bibi in that too. But I was thinking it's going to be Trump who goes in and makes a fatal, I shouldn't say fatal, but a bad decision. And of course it's going to be Bibi, because Bibi is telling him what to do, you know, or sometimes Trump tells Bibi what to do. It's back and forth. It's a power grab. It's almost like these two are in competition, but yet they're working together, is how I'm seeing it. Even people say that Israel runs America. Well, there's some truth to that, I do believe, but also I'm seeing a power struggle with Trump, where he's not going to allow Israel but so much to do this. But that Gemini, you know, Gemini's two-sided. One good, one bad. Did I just put my middle finger up? I did. I'm sorry. And then there's also Keir Starmer, who is not making very good rational decisions. And allegedly, I don't think this man, no, I'm not going to say allegedly, no, he doesn't give two poops about his own people. I'm seeing a huge influx of immigrants, and I've said this before, and I said it like a while back. The UK is going to be like, what the F? And for some reason, Macron and Starmer, I feel like Macron is going to be like, look, you want to be friends with me? Then you're going to listen to what the fuck I'm telling you to do. Let the immigrants in. Let's stick together military-wise. So even though I think Macron is going to be pulling Keir's strings a little bit, because Keir doesn't want to lose him as a friend, and he already has. And he's going to do everything that Macron tells him to do. And I'm seeing something with military. These two are going to stick together in regards to military. I also said that Trump was going to turn down some help from Keir, and that has come to light. I did hear. But anyways, so the tensions over in the Middle East are going to flare up, and that's just common knowledge. But they're going to escalate, especially this week and next week. And the 13th is going to be bad decision day. And it may be more than one leader. This could be the United States with Israel, or this could be Keir Starmer and Europe and the UK. Something bad is going to be decided. It's not a very good, thoughtful, it's not thought out. The other thing I was getting is with Russia was that they are not going to get involved in this. I don't know why everybody's like, oh, Russia's going to do this. Yeah, Russia's got their hands tied, dude. They're focused on Ukraine. They're not worried about what's going on. They're helping out Iran to some degree, but China is number one helping them out. I was being shown China. Russia benefits strategically by backing off and being a back channeler is what they're doing, even though I think they're doing a little more than that. But as far as who's giving out intelligence, China. It's going to come out that China gave out intelligence. Russia's not trying to rush into this war. Not right now. They got to focus on Ukraine. I was also getting something with Turkey. Now, once I'm seeing Turkey actually getting hit, they're going to get hit with something. I don't know, airstrike, missile, or drone. And it's all the same for me. It's, once it's hit, once you cross that red line. But there's something that's going to take place in Turkey, the country Turkey. And I'm also seeing a lot of resentment. Benjamin Netanyahu wants to go after Turkey, and I think he's going to. Once they narrow down Iran, which is going to take some time. Doesn't mean they're going to complete their mission there, because they're not going to complete their mission there, okay? But once things kind of taper down and they have like the upper hand in their minds, they're going to go after Turkey. That's what I see happening. Not tomorrow, but this is going to happen. I do believe allegedly, it's not factual, but I do believe this is going to happen. Turkey is going to get pulled into the regional war. And then you're going to ask yourself, whose side are they going to take? Well, they can't stand what happened in Gaza. Erdogan has been very vocal. The people of Turkey have been very vocal about what has happened over there. And, those people are very blunt, very forward. I used to have a best friend. She was from Turkey. And I actually went over to Jordan, too. Beautiful place. 2 separate countries, but wonderful people. Wonderful people who don't want war, but it's coming. It's at Turkey's doorstep. So my prediction for that is they're going to probably get hit, maybe Iran. Sometimes I think that things are going to look like Iran did them. It's called proxy, right? Just like with Ukraine and Russia. But I see Turkey getting pulled in, and no, I don't think they're going to side with the United States. No. No. Erdogan will not be able to be a quiet back channel mediator the way Vladimir Putin is. But we know that Vladimir Putin is tight with Iran. But he's back channeling because his focus, he's in his own conflict. And he's hoping to get this war frozen over in Ukraine, and I think it will. I think things are going to freeze over there. But it's all temporary, just like with Iran. Once the United States and Israel think they have their hand on Iran, no matter what regime is in there, it doesn't make a fuck. It's all temporary. It's all temporary. But the fire is already under the coals. It just may be cooled down and levered at that time. But once big World War III hits, it's not going to be today, tomorrow, even though we're leading up to that. And we're going to see horrific things between now and then. I think a couple of years. I said 2028. I was getting 2028, 2029. The fuel on the fire rises up, all countries involved. It's just going to be, well, use your own thought process on that one. The Gulf regions I have down faces instability, of course, and the Gulf regions are mostly what I've already put here. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Emirates, again, which holds Dubai. Dubai is going to be the epicenter of this. I wanted to look into that, and I thought, Saudi Arabia? No. It's going to be Dubai because of the location on the map. It's an easy target. And I see Iran and proxies who are making it look like it's Iran. I know it sounds sick, but this stuff is going to happen. Israel is notorious for doing that. Who do you think gave them the idea or gave Ukraine the idea? It's okay, so Dubai is going to be the epicenter. It's going to be a lot of bombing in Dubai. Most likely by the end of this year. You know, Dubai is beautiful. It's a great place, a beautiful place, right? It's not going to be the way it is now. And that includes, like we could say that's true for Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman as well, for those countries. But Dubai, in my opinion, what I'm feeling, when I look at it on the map, it looks to be a target. It's going to be hit consistently. Sorry, but that's what I have to say. So if you're in Dubai, yeah. And I'm also picking up something with India. India was in a conflict a while back, like I said, but I've always told you guys that I felt like India would be the spiritual capital realization of the world, in my opinion. That's what I see. India, I absolutely love. I've had wonderful neighbors, friends from India. My astrological teacher, who showed me some Vedic, he lives upstate, was amazing. Great people, very spiritual. They just want peace and equalness. They are amazing. And I think in the next couple of years, India is going to rise. India is going to rise to be a superpower. And they're going to have a lot of medical that we don't have. Spiritual. It's going to be the one country where people go, and they're also going to be mediators to keep these wars as low minimum as possible. And they may even bring the peace around to the world. India. I was getting something with Pakistan. Now, of course, India will have conflicts as well. They're going to have conflicts with Pakistan and other surrounding bordering countries. I do see that. But I have down Pakistan faces possible internal instability. Now, why do I have affecting Dubai? I get these things, and sometimes I write them down, but I don't, and then I forget. So I have down Pakistan faces possible internal stability affecting Dubai in some way. I know Dubai is going to be the epicenter of being hit consistently, so I don't know how that constraints with Pakistan, but I have it down. So there's going to be major geopolitical war events. Pre-war is how I like to look at it. Unfortunately, it's pre-war. It's pre-existing till we get to the existing. Until we get to the existing, unfortunately. The Sunni and Shia, they'll split over who should lead the Muslim community. And it's going to be regional political parties between Iran and the Sunni-led countries. And again, the Sunni-led is 85 to 90%. Now, that's not something I'm seeing there. That's just a little bit of research. But the numbers could be wrong. Because I'm thinking the Shia has increased. The number may have increased a little bit. So there you have it. I wanted to mention something about, I don't know if I want to put this in a separate video. I want to talk about Obama really quick. You know, Obama. This guy, he's went into the UK. I don't know if he's still in the United States or not. But he's going to be called out. So as this war, pre-war, is taking place, I'm seeing new revelation pertaining to Obama and his administration, paying and giving money to some of these Middle Eastern countries, especially Iran. Okay, I don't have my auto right in front of me, but I do see him being questioned. There's going to be information about, on the news maybe, why did why did he pay Iran like I get three payments, I think, to build these terrorist groups and to hit other countries. But I'm not pro-Israel, okay? Now, I have nothing against the civilians who live in Israel, just like the civilians in Ukraine, Russia, hell, even here in the United States. I'm a civilian. It's not about that. It's not about the civilians. It's always about the political parties All right, so I'm going to end the video. If you have not subscribed already, I would ask you to kindly do so in order for me to continue putting my videos out, because I do work. I don't have time, like a lot of free time, to put these out. And when I do, I try to put all my energy in it as much as I can. So please subscribe, hit the like button, share the video, and hype the video if you're able to, in order for me to continue doing this, because I can't keep doing it without your help. So we're all in this together. So please, if you're watching my video or other YouTubers, give us all a thumbs up. Give us all a view. It's not going to hurt. Hype our videos. I know you can only get 3 per week, I do believe. So yeah. Oh, and before I leave, I want to share one more thing, because as I was talking about Dubai, and I put an image of a skyscraper, it's glass. I was just trying to demonstrate. But as I'm looking at that skyscraper, that glass skyscraper over in Dubai, I'm seeing it being hit. I'm actually seeing, I don't know if I want to say it's that particular one. Something very similar, if not that one that I just put out there. I see it being hit, and I see glass going everywhere. I see glass going in water. I see glass going on the sidewalk. It's just, I see glass every fucking where. Just, it almost reminds me of, it's like something goes into the center of the skyscraper. It doesn't hit it from the top. It hits it from the center. And the top goes, it's all glass, and then eventually the bottom will go. It's almost like what we saw with the Twin Towers, similar. This is glass. I see glass going everywhere. This could be anywhere really in the Arabian Peninsula, but I feel like this is Dubai. It's that picture I put out there, I just can't, and it's stuck in my head now. But I'm going to end this and get out of the energy. I'm going to light some Palo. Again, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and hype if you can. Leave a comment if you want to. And I really appreciate your love and support for those of you who are on here. All right, guys, thanks for watching.